Welcome, Vilonia Eagle softball fans, to Lady Panther Park here on the campus of Greenbrier High School, Greenbrier, Arkansas, joined by my good buddy Kobe Kelly over here to my left. Pleasure of you to join us. And we will take a quick break for the playing of the national anthem. All right, we'll quickly run through the lineup for the Lady Eagles. It's going to be Erie, Sid Johnson, Talon Lawrence, Julie Johnson, Gracie Kimbrell, Faith Johnson, Marley Hinsley, Kenna Beatty, and Kylie Linton. Tori Wilbanks is in the flex position. We'll set that up defensively for you when we take the field. Lineup for the Lady Panthers of Greenbrier is number 5, Kylie Griffin. She's at third base. Number 21, Mackenzie Shannon, is in left field. Number 2, Jaylee Engelkiss is the pitcher. Number 14, Kaylee Hamilton is the second baseman. 17, Michaela Seiler will play center field. Number 20, Peyton Griner is going to be the catcher today. Shelby Coates is number 1. She plays first base. Alyssa Hankins with the big bat. Number 26 is the designated player. Cassidy Lear, number 3, is the shortstop. And then Natalie Burns will play in right field in the flex position. So what's at stake tonight, Kobe? You want to break that down for me? Or do you want me to do that?
Third or fourth seed.
There you go. There you go.
Do you need any more?
Well, I was looking for a little bit more than that. So the winner tonight becomes the third seed in the state tournament next weekend. They'll play at 5:30 on Thursday afternoon versus the number 2 seed from the South. The loser of this game will be the 4 seed for the state tourney next week, and they will play at 10 a.m. against the number 1 seed from the South. We fully expect the Queen to be number 1 from the South. I have no earthly idea who's going to be number 3. They say a guy told me, I'm not going to say he's a wise guy, but a guy told me to watch out for Camden Fairview.
Really?
I scoffed at that after he quit looking at me.
I would scoff as well. You know, I said that way because this time last year, Corey was playing for a conference championship.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And we was here at the same position right here, competing for a championship. Greenbrier bested us that day. They beat us. We come in second. It's just not the you still want to win. You want to come in here and play as hard as you can.
Right.
But, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, you just got to find it inside and play as hard as you can.
That's right. Both teams coming off what they would consider disappointing losses on Tuesday night, us falling to Farmington. Some of you watched that, even though you couldn't hear anything. You saw it on the screen. So
great game for 5 innings.
Yeah, it was. You're exactly right. Errors ultimately got the Eagles in that game, and a lack of hitting in the later innings as well. Greenbrier lost 7-5 to Morrilton to get into this game, and talking to some of the Greenbrier folks, just had an off night. They just weren't great in the circle. Didn't hit the ball well until the 7th inning, and it was too little, too late, and had a bad game at the wrong time. So here we are. Last year's conference championship game is this year's 3rd and 4th place game. So Erie fouls off a couple of pitches and takes a couple of pitches that are way outside the zone, and she's at a 2-2 count to lead the game off for the Eagles. Engelkiss delivers the outside pitch. Erie hits another ball just foul, just outside the third base bag there. Was kind of hoping that Griffin got a piece of a glove on it because Erie was going to get 2 bases if she had, but she did not. It's a foul ball, and we're going to see a 2-2 count pitch again.
Looks like the outfield is wet. as far as throwing the ball out. I don't know how much rain that they got up here, but infield looks great. But they threw the ball out right there,
yeah.
So there's a chance that that may come a factor as far as later in the game.
Oh, you make a good point. I'm sure they got about the same that we got. A little bit of rain in the early part of the day. Erie with the pop up off the handle of the bat right to the shortstop. And she's going to be out number 1. Brings up number 31, Sydney Johnson. But, yep, I figure we'll see a lot of softballs being tossed over to the coaches to dry them off with towels and look for that later in the later innings as the weather cools down and the dew falls, because it is still humid. See if the outfielders can get a grip on it to make a throw in on a close play. Sid takes the first pitch for a called strike.
Any more rain moving this way, Corey, you know of, or is this pretty much it for the day?
I had looked earlier when I was still kind of wondering if we were going to play or not, and it looked like it was pretty much done until midnight or just a little bit later, and we had a little bit of a chance then. I think that's going to be the end of it.
Gotcha. This year, as far as weather-wise, there has been some rain, but it's been cool overall. I remember last year at this time, even the state tournament, it was hot. I remember the girls come home for practice burnt, but this year it's been a cool spring.
We kind of talked about that yesterday. We went down and broadcast the state track meet yesterday, and Sydney foul tips that straight into the catcher's glove. She hangs on to it for out number 2, or strike 3 and out number 2. Anyways, we were down there at the state track meet yesterday, and as I told Drake, we were basically in the swamps of Louisiana when you get to Magnolia. Might as well have been. And it felt like it because it was mid-80s.
Yeah.
But I guarantee you, if you could go over 100% humidity, we were over it yesterday. It was just nasty. And
kind of like the Amazon.
Definitely, yeah.
With pine trees.
Yeah. I really and truly felt like that had an effect on our distance runners yesterday. The times were not all of them, but on some of them, the times were not as fast as they had been before in some of the previous meets, and I just don't think that they were ready for the heat and the humidity because we haven't had any this year.
Now, are you talking about the boys or girls?
It was the girls.
Okay, but the boys, apparently they fared well with the distance, correct?
The boys did well.
I didn't think they would.
By over 100 points in conference. I was one off. I don't know. Hopefully we did, but you plan to have some filler in the middle of there because you got to talk for 5 minutes while the race is going on. But even worse than that's the 2 mile because you got 10 minutes plus in the guys 2 mile, and you got over 12 minutes in the girls 2 mile. Lawrence hits a little number off the end of the bat. Coates cannot handle it, so that'll be an error on her, and Lawrence is aboard with 2 outs in the top of the first. Brooke Crisp will come on to be the courtesy runner for Talon. So yeah, we had some fluff in there sometimes. It may not have all been accurate or true, but hey, who knows?
If it's on YouTube, it must be true.
Yeah, that's right.
Everything's true on YouTube.
I heard it on their internets, so I know it's right.
Was it good on your Snapchats?
Oh
the
yeah,
Chat Snaps?
Yes. The Snap Twitters, the Instabugs, all that.
Callie pretty upset last night?
Yes. I mean, it was, just the whole emotional thing. Last track meet, went down there, and she placed 11th in the long jump. That was the only event she qualified for.
Yeah.
She went in with the 13th best qualifying mark in the state. So she moved herself up 2 spots. She was okay. She wasn't really upset about that, but kind of sad track was over. I mean, a lot of it's like she put it like this: it's not just a team; that's like a family. Because as much time as the softball spends together, track spends just as much time together. They're practicing 5 days a week, and some of them go up there and practice extra stuff on Sundays and some of the field events and whatnot. So they're there a lot. And Coach Stewart and Coach Cron, you can't say enough good about those 2 guys. And Coach Clark, he helps out too. I don't want to leave him out on the girls' side.
Yeah.
Those dudes care about their athletes.
Yep.
I mean, 100%, and just genuine and really love them like their own, and that's what makes it hard on the girls.
It does, and Paige ran track, 7th and 8th grade, and got to know Coach Cron really well. Super guy. I mean, he is a.
Casey
I'm not saying anything negative about any other coach at Vilonia, but he's a top notch in my book. Paige loved him to death. You know, he's very, very good, very knowledgeable. Good, you know, parents explaining what need to be done. You know, here's why we did this, and so the track program is doing a fantastic job. Very proud of them. We was watching the YouTubes when they announced the boys that won theirs, and we watched the girls as well. But like you said, it's hard to, you know, a track is one of the things where, you know, numbers don't lie.
No, you're right about that.
And so you can't blame anything on the umpire, or was it foul or was it fair. There's a time, and you're running against time.
That's right.
And so, you know, very proud of, you know, girls, wishing they could have won it, but proud of the boys as well.
Hey, heck yeah, kudos to the boys. And everything that we said good about Coach Cron and Coach Stewart and Coach Clark, the same can be said about Coach Stout and Coach Stevens. And then Coach Cooper didn't make the trip down. He helps sometimes. He didn't make the trip down yesterday. So Stout and Stevens, I mean, as solid as you talk about Coach Cron. I don't know how well you know those two guys.
I don't know
them. Man, good as gold. Coach Stout's my next-door neighbor. Whether he was or wasn't, I'd say the same thing about him. But that's another solid dude, and he cares a lot about his athletes and loves them like, you know, his own kids. And, you know, that's a cool thing. So as bad as I hate to admit it, Stout took the lead over softball for the most state championships on campus now with 4. Softball had tied. He had 3.
Yeah.
In the sport of track.
Yeah.
We had 3 in softball, and he just took the lead. So he's
good
in the lead on campus. Yeah, I mean,
that's a good lead.
At least, you know, like I say, happened to a good dude. So.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, it is.
So the umpires are questioning Coach Sullivan's rules the way he has them written, and he, as you know, you've heard me and Alan talk about it. He goes with a quirky lineup sometimes, the way he lists DPs and flexes and the way he utilizes players, and I guess the umps are just making sure they understand exactly what's going on.
See, I respectfully disagree. I think they're talking about Wagon Wheel.
Yeah.
Or McDonald's or Big Joe's Pizza.
Well, here's what I want to know about. What about Fu Lin's or Chef Lin's or whatever down there, the Chinese joint?
I don't think Chinese on a Friday night's where it's at. I don't think.
Oh, yeah, new Burger King going on up here at Greenbrier. The rich get richer, I should say.
The rich get richer. What's going on when you got a Burger King up here?
So the discussion continues, and I think Coach Sullivan's saying, no, Wagon Wheel is definitely where it's at.
Corey, let me take a step back here. We may be stalling in U-Trip ball.
Trying to stall the clock out in the first inning.
We're stalling is what we're doing. This is stalling. How much time we got left, guys? 59 minutes?
Oh, man. Don't forget about Joe's Pizza is what he's telling them.
Joe's Pizza. Joe's Pizza is it could be in the mix as well right now as we speak.
We did know that. We are getting Steak and Shake in Conway, and I'm rather excited about it. The only thing wrong with Steak and Shake is their fries are too skinny. Nah, what are you supposed to do with that? I mean, you got to get like 4 or 5 of them, and then they're weird shaped, and they start falling out of your hands. You can't get any ketchup scooped up with them. Yeah.
Wills? Corey, it's very obvious we got an unprofessional here trying to talk about fries. So let's move on from Mary Kate here. Let's see. We don't have a dance cam, but we do have some slow music going. We got anybody head bobbing today?
Let's see. I'll check the Greenbrier.
Jonathan Eaglekiss, is he dancing?
I gotta locate Jonathan. No, he's just sitting down there talking to Jaylee.
This is really not dance music though.
No,
this is like slow Barry White coach complaining music. Is this kind of like it was yesterday with the track? A lot of fluff in between. We're supposed to make stuff up.
I think you're right. Yeah, I think you're right.
We're being tested right now.
Casey Cron in the house. Maybe we will get, potentially, he is. He does have his new baby. Well, I mean, it's a baby. It's pretty new.
Pretty new. Chuck Lloyd does not have any popcorn yet.
Time will tell the tale on that, though.
Yep. Well, let's see if we know anybody else here.
Merle.
Is the infamous Herman Erie here?
Front and center
There
of
he
the
sits
visitors'
right
bleachers.
there. I see, and Miss Sabrina as well.
Yep. They're in the house.
We need to get him up for some commentary back when we played for Wilson's.
might be some good stories.
11-year-old.
Yeah. You know, and I'm going to tell you right now, guys, I'm going to tell every single one of you what the deal is. It's Ron Knight. That's what it is. Ron Knight will question every single – he's a field up. He'll question every single thing he possibly can.
Is he the one that didn't like our music at Vilonia?
Yep. Well, I mean, I agree with you, but he got on us down at Vilonia a couple weeks ago for I can't even remember what.
Music selection.
Yeah. Yeah, in the JV. Yep, the JV game. So still we discuss the Vilonia lineup. And after several moments of discussion,
I think they're going with Big Joe's.
I
think they're going with Joe's Pizza.
So,
which is a good choice.
Now we're going to play ball. Oh, I love it. After all that, the Greenbrier Stadium announcer says, and we're finally going to start the bottom of the first inning. I love it.
Well played.
So Kylie Griffin will lead it off for the Lady Panthers, followed by Mackenzie Shannon and Jaylee Engelkiss. So all that discussion for nothing because nothing changed on defense. You got Talon behind the plate, Gracie in the circle, Kenna's on third, Callie's on short, Sid at second, Marley's at first, Kylie's out there in right, Faith in center, Juju in left, and the first pitch from Kimbrell is a ball high. 1-0 to Kylie Griffin. She lays down a bunt. Thankfully, that's foul because I don't think we had a shot at getting her right there.
No.
That was a great bunt.
Had a lot of spin on that ball right there.
1 ball, 1 strike on Griffin. Beatty did stop short of where she started the previous pitch, so that's a good plan. I honestly, although we did see her swing away and hit a triple last time.
She hit a triple in
here.
the gaps. You know, not only can she lay it down, she can hit the gaps, and she's got a ton of speed. So it's hard out right here.
Right at Callie, and that's going to be out number 1.
I know the last play at Farmington, Callie wasn't feeling that great. Is she 100% tonight, Corey?
You know, other than rolling in at 12:30 a.m. from Magnolia last night and still having to take a shower and get in the bed, yeah, she's 100%.
I thought it was DeQueen. It was Magnolia?
Magnolia.
Okay.
Yeah. That's why I said we were basically in the swamps of Louisiana.
Yeah.
Mackenzie Shannon is the batter now. Kimbrell throws the first pitch. A little bit of chin music there. Ball 1. Yeah, it'd been a long time since I'd been to Magnolia. I don't even remember why. Oh, I do remember. It was for work the last time I went, back in about '04. And the time before that was when, I think back in our day, the girls were a lot better at basketball than we were. Shannon
Surely
pops it
not.
up foul. That's why they have banners. And we just have funny memories.
I tried to grow my hair out and join their team one time. It just didn't work.
Yeah.
Last time I was at Magnolia, I'll take it back to 1998. We were playing. Arkansas Tech was playing Southern.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I
still hate the drive.
I'm thinking the last time I was there was like in 96 or something when the girls played in a state tournament down there at isn't that where Drew Central is also?
I do not know.
Or is that Monticello I'm thinking about?
It's all the same. South Little Rock's all the same.
Either way, it's a long ways down there. A ball and 2 strikes on Shannon.
It's
now.
all pine trees.
Another little pop up there. Erie comes forward first and then floats back and grabs it, and that's out 2.
Kind of a ball hog, ain't she?
She tends to do that sometimes. She
get that from her dad or her mom's side?
That's all me.
Okay.
That's all me.
Remind you back in your softball days playing shortstop?
Dang right.
You was All-American softball, wasn't you?
3 times. Now that is a shot off of Engelkiss's bat right back up the middle. It gets to the wall, and there's that wet grass that you're talking about as Faith loses her footing picking the ball up. Gets it in to Erie, and Engelkiss is there at second with a stand-up double.
Good piece of hitting right there. You know, I don't think the ball was right down the middle. Like it's a little bit on the outside corner. She just went with it. But we'd rather have a double with 2 outs than double with no outs. So
yeah,
hopefully
absolutely.
We can get right here, get a ground ball or pop up.
Well, I mean, we're very fortunate that Kimbrell threw some pitches to get the line drive right at Erie and the pop-up for those 2 speedy slappers that the Panthers lead off at the top of their lineup. So we didn't have at least one or both of those runners on.
So they start off with speed, and they go directly to power.
Not a bad plan. Kaylee Hamilton steps up to the plate now. She also swings for power. First pitch misses just off the outside corner for ball 1.
Where in the world's Alan Wade tonight?
So Allen had planned to join us. Second pitch also misses off the outside corner for ball 2. He had planned to join us, but he found out that Ashland had a pinning ceremony, is what they call it. And that's something to do with, she's graduating from UCA with her teaching degree.
Okay.
And it's something that they do there in the Department of Education prior to graduation. So they had that pinning ceremony, something else going on, and then graduation tomorrow actually for Ashland. So
okay,
she's got a couple of I think potential jobs lined up teaching here close by Faulkner, Faulkner County and around. So she's doing very well.
3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Is she elementary?
That's what she's want. Yeah,
okay.
She's elementary certified. She wants to do kindergarten. Hamilton hits a 2-hopper to Erie, scoops it up over to Hinesley, and that's going to be the inning for the Lady Panthers. 1 hit, no runs, no errors, and score 0-0 going into the top of the second.
So let's talk about where is the basketball team playing tomorrow?
We are in Searcy, Harding Academy, for 2 games tomorrow, and then I think they're sending us over to Kensett for Sunday play.
Judsonia, Kensett, Harding, it's all pretty much the same.
Yeah,
right?
it is. It is.
Same guy running it?
Yeah, old Jeff Wilmath, pretty good guy. We've gotten to know him very well over the years, going over there playing in several of his basketball tournaments, both with Callie when she was still playing and now with Connor. And
yeah,
Jeff likes seeing us coming, so I think he likes our money more than anything.
I think so too. How are y'all doing this year?
We're doing pretty good. Let me think. Well, I'll put it like this. I told the parents the other day, I have no idea what our record is. I don't even care what our record is. I just want the kids to play hard, have a little bit of fun, and hopefully get a little bit better. And that's a different style of basketball than school ball. Anybody that's played some AAU basketball, it's just a completely different style. Basically, you want them to get out there and play the game and play at a different speed and a different toughness, and don't learn too many bad habits.
And stay healthy.
Yeah. We broke 1 ankle already. So
was that because of a crossover?
No. We've broken some ankles like that as well. This was a legitimate broken ankle.
That's kids' terminology right there.
Yeah. No, I'm talking about adult terminology. We broke 1 ankle.
Like a snap.
Like snap in a boot, walking boot, yes. Kimbrell swings at the first pitch and misses for strike 1. Yeah, not the breaking ankles type where everybody goes, ooh. Second pitch called strike.
We were the king of the finger rolls back in our day.
Oh, there was one thing I could do was finger roll. We all thought we could dunk.
Now, if you'd put us on an 8-foot goal, we'd been dangerous.
Or let us play with a volleyball.
Yeah.
Yes.
10-foot goal just wasn't our DNA.
I'll never forget the first time I got legitimately in your face dunked on. I'll never forget it. Brinkley, Arkansas. Something happens. I've ended up out at the top. I may have brought the ball down the floor or whatever. Probably so. If not, I was up close enough to the top that a bad pass was thrown and got picked off. I sprint back. Grace Kimbrell there flies out to the center fielder, Michaela Seiler. I sprint back, and I set up in the lane to take a charge. The next thing I do, or I know, I hear the rim rocking.
And the crowd going wild.
And the crowd going wild, and I'm like, I just got posterized right here in the Brinkley Gymnasium.
I had that. We were playing in England, and I think it was my senior year, and it was one of those things. It was a breakaway, and so we was kind of meeting at the rim, and so in my mind, like, I'm fixing to make a Sports Center top 10, and the next thing I know, I jump on his back, and we're both going up, and he continues to dunk it while I'm hanging on to him.
So
he got the dunk and one.
The harm and
our home fans loved it.
Oh,
they
I'm
were
sure
just
they did.
going crazy because they ain't seen that before.
I'm sure they.
I'm just glad there wasn't social media then.
Yeah, no doubt about that. So Faith pops up and foul territory to the third baseman, and Marley Hindley is going to be the batter with 2 outs in the top of the second. It's kind of like a few years back when Clarksville had those twins that were
Lees.
The Lee boys. They
Yeah.
were human highlight reels, and they came up to Vilonia and put on a dunk fest one night. Everybody enjoyed them coming into town.
They were good.
Oh yeah, they were.
They remind me a lot of you.
Well, I did what I could. Slow roller back to Engelkiss. She throws it over to Coates at first, and that's it for the Lady Eagles in the top of the second. So no runs and no hits for the Eagles either.
If it wouldn't have been for that pregame mill construction meeting, we'd already been in the 5th inning by now, as fast as this was going.
Yeah, that's right. You're absolutely right.
So the youngest daughter, is she in competition tomorrow anywhere?
Yeah, Hot Springs.
So you've got Erie strode out all over the state of Arkansas, don't you?
You remember when we talked about Chuck Dovish the other day?
Absolutely.
That's how I feel after this week.
I'd say so.
Yes, that's right, traveling Arkansas. Except I didn't use a dart to figure out where I was going. I was told where to be.
He had a nice mustache, you know it?
Yeah, he did. I had to explain that to Crystal. She didn't grow up here. She grew up in Missouri.
Really?
Yeah.
When did she move down here?
Well, okay, let me back up. She was born in Clarksville, and her mom moved to Missouri when she was 3 when her parents split up. And then she came back in the 7th grade.
Okay.
So that was her journey. Either way, she wasn't here for the Chuck Dovish years.
No. She missed out.
She missed out on that. So I had to explain to it. And I told her and the kids last night about his beautiful mustache that he had.
It was Tom Sellickish.
Yes, it was. Leadoff batter for the bottom of the second is going to be Michaela Seiler. She's the center fielder for the Panthers.
She's having a fantastic year. Leads the team in home runs, runs 7.
So Kimbrell stays on at pitcher. No other defensive changes for the inning, and the first pitch is a called strike. Did it break? Because if not, it was right down the middle.
It was right down the middle.
I looked down after.
This is a hitter here. You don't want to place it right down the middle.
No, she can swing it. That one's just outside for ball number 1. Callie ran into Michaela at the track meet yesterday.
Okay.
And they were talking, and they're like, Callie was like, yeah, we got to play softball tomorrow. And she goes, yeah, we do too. And they stood there for a minute, and then they both bust out laughing. Oh, yeah, we play each other. I said, y'all are super smart, aren't you? Rare changeup from Kimbrell, and Seiler rips that over Faith's head. Faith kind of looked like she thought she was standing right under it for a minute, and then it was like, ruh-roh.
That's one of those, the hardest one is right to you. That's why your first step's always back, and she didn't get a read on that ball right there. I don't know if she would have caught it, but like you said, where we're sitting right now, you can see the ball was directly to her, but she'll learn from it there.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Brings up number 20, Peyton Griner. Thank you very much. First pitch, a ball outside.
Second pitch up in the zone, 2 balls, no strikes.
Kimbrell misses again, this time low. It's 3-0 to Griner.
There is the Chuck Lloyd.
He has acknowledged us. That one's going to be a strike called. 3-1 count to Griner.
How many listeners we got right now? 10,000, 11,000?
Pretty close to that. This counter here is not reliable. Let me go to the real counter.
You think we're in the millions yet?
We're getting really close to that. I'm thinking about 970,000 or so.
You know, Corey, it's getting where I can't really even go out in public anymore.
You're getting that recognized?
Yeah. Once they figure out, oh, you're that guy.
We're gonna have to get you a bodyguard, disguise. Start checking you into hotels under the name Barney Rubble.
It'd be a Super 8.
So a courtesy runner there into the game, and I don't have the roster up. JoJo Riggins is the courtesy runner. Shelby Coates is the batter. It's her first at bat of the game. Runners on first and second, no outs. Pitch misses down and in for ball 1. I'm a little disappointed that we don't have lanyards. They gave us lanyards to wear yesterday.
Are you serious?
Yeah, yeah. It was it was kind of official business. I walked up to the gate one time with my arms full of stuff.
Did you have anybody telling you off?
There was a guy tried to do that one time. I said that's just weird. So thanks, but no thanks.
I'll just sweat.
Yeah. Let's see here.
1 ball, 2 strikes, no outs. Runners on first and second. Ball up right there. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Well, isn't this odd?
Ball up, full count. Are you still trying to add all of our listeners?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Okay, yeah, here we go. Let this update, and I'll tell you how many we got.
If it's below like 10, don't tell me.
All right, then. Swinging a foul ball down the third base line for Coates, and count remains full. Oh, I don't know. Full count pitch to Coates. Swinging a ground ball to Beatty. She decides to go to first with it. Gets the out as Hinsley's able to hold on to it. And glad that she got one because she thought second. Or actually, she looked like she thought tag, and then she thought second, and then she finally decided to go to first. It gets the out there, thankfully.
Just glad to get one.
Yeah, runners moved to second and third, but look out. It's Alyssa Hankins.
Yeah.
And we know she can swing it.
She is an eagle killer. I believe she hit 2 last game, or 2 the last series, and then last year she hit 2.
I think you're right.
In Vilonia.
So the first pitch missed, the second one hits, and counts now 1-1. Change up, called strike outside corner. that was a good time to throw one because I think Hankins was getting ready to unload on one. 1-2 pitch from Kimbrell, curveball way outside. Counts now 2-2.
Has this girl got any looks from in colleges that you know of, or?
Not that I'm aware of. Pops it up behind the plate. Talon's underneath it, and she has the catch. Good job by Talon to get turned all the way around, track that ball down, get underneath it, and make the grab for out number 2. Runners hold at second and third, and the batter's going to be Cassidy Lear.
You can't let up right now. The Greenbrier's lineup is full of great hitters, and this one right here is a great hitter as well.
Oh yeah, top to bottom, they can all swing it. That's going to be a ground ball back up the middle. It's going to score 1 run. Faith comes up throwing, and the other runner's going to hold at third. Lear takes second on the throw, but good job by Faith to make a good on-target throw to the plate and only allow 1 run to score.
Question for you right there, Corey. If you had a cutoff person right there and the ball's on line to cut that ball, do you think you can hold that runner at second if you know that girl's not coming in?
Yes, I think you could. If not, oh, wait a minute. You talking about the runner that went to third?
Correct.
No, I don't think we can hold her. I think she was at second, so she took off on the hit.
There's a runner on second and third. Girl on third scored. My question was, on the cutoff right there, do you think we could have held it on first and third?
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I misunderstood you. Yes, if we cut it off, we can either hold the one at first or we hang her up, one of the two.
Yeah.
So, yes.
1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Foul ball on the first base side. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
Ooh, text message from a VIP.
Uh-oh.
See what he wants.
Shout out.
Oh, so he was letting me know during our track discussion when I said I didn't think Coach Cooper made the trip down. Coach Cooper was indeed in Magnolia yesterday, so my apologies. I didn't see him. I saw all the other guys. I didn't see Coach Cooper.
So what that means is our listeners are actually listening.
That's right.
Man, that's awesome.
Shout out to Nick Newman for that bit of information. Thank you very much, Mr. Newman. Oh, good stab by Gracie. Flips it over to Hinesley at first base, and that's going to end the inning with only 1 run scored, and I think the Eagles need to be very thankful that they only allowed 1 right
Dodged
there.
a huge bullet right there.
So going into the top of the third, I think Linton's up, isn't she, or is it Beatty? Beatty, I think.
Beatty.
Kane, the worst I ever heard her called one time in junior high basketball was Kane Batty. That's how they introduced her.
Kane Batty.
Yeah. That was at BB, which was a bitter rival in junior high basketball, and I think it might have been on purpose.
Mind games.
Yep.
When are you getting a contract extension on this YouTube? And have you been talking to administration about?
Well,
since we do have Mr. Newman on the listening here.
So here's the deal. I didn't have a good what's the word I'm looking for? Agent to help me negotiate the first contract.
Yeah, so you went into it kind of blind.
I did. Unfortunately, signed on to 3 years of football. Wait a minute. No, let me back up and recalculate that. 5 years of football, and what I didn't realize was all this other stuff came along with that.
That was in the subliminal contract.
Definitely. Yeah.
Small print.
Yeah, definitely.
You gonna get a hot dog out of the deal?
No. The only thing we get out of that is the pleasure of bringing Vilonia Eagle football to all of the mini fans out there. And I will say this, though.
To the world.
Even with, yes, in the world, that's right, yeah. So last year, how we did the softball games, we did them on Periscope.
Yeah.
There would be several times that in the live chat or whatever in there, I'd have to either disable it or go in there and block people because there would be messages posted in Russian or, Coach Sullivan 0 for 1. He gave a valiant effort, though.
I think it was fake effort.
Yeah, maybe it was all for show.
Kind of olayed it there.
Yeah. I mean, Russian, what do they speak in the Middle East? Is that Hindu or Arabic? There you go, whatever. It would be in either Russian or Arabic. We'd be getting.
So were they compliments, you think?
I've got to assume that it had to be.
I mean, how can you say something negative?
You know, once upon a time, Misty Lee texted me. I wasn't even paying attention to it, and she says, I'm pretty sure an illegal arms deal just went down on our Periscope of the softball game. She said either that or drug running. I don't know which. So Beatty is evened up at a 2-2 count after that pitch misses low for ball 2. That one misses outside. Greenbrier fans not happy with the call, but I think it's about the same area that Kimbrell's thrown some pitches that didn't get called a strike either. So I feel like the strike zone's been fairly consistent throughout the first 2.5 innings so far tonight. Beatty swings and misses. That's right. Linton's going to bat, and Erie's on deck.
So the one in the field is the one who didn't like our music at Vilonia. Who's the one behind the plate today?
You know, it's another one of those guys that I recognize, but I don't know his name. Apparently the umpire pool is getting really, really small because I don't see many that I don't recognize anymore. Yeah. Maybe I just spend a lot of time at the softball field. I'm getting the same way with the basketball officials too. Linton offers a bunt at that pitch and misses. It's strike 2, 0-2 count. That's a 3-hopper to the shortstop, and Lear is going to just throw Linton out. Good job by her to charge hard and make a solid on-target throw and get out number 2. So that brings up Callie Erie for her second at-bat. She popped up the first time. She bats with 2 outs here in the top of the 3rd. This one's going to be a 2-hopper to Griffin at 3rd and throws her out.
Griffin made a good play on that. She knew if she set back on that, it was going to be a real tough play. She just very aggressive, caught it on a short hop, threw it on the run. Great play by any player, much less a freshman right there.
Didn't hurt anything for Griffin to be fast herself.
Yeah, she is going to be a great high school player here.
Smell that aroma of popcorn.
I do smell.
Up here.
There is fresh popcorn that just got popped around here somewhere. No, it's that fan is actually pushing that popcorn smell down here. It smells wonderful.
No defensive changes for the Lady Eagles in this bottom of the 3rd. Callie? Oh, I didn't even offer. Shannon.
You know, they had a dust up against Marlton, but they're still going to be a contender as far as when it comes to state. Anyway, I wish them the best of luck.
Well, I know.
So I was mad earlier when you asked me about 3 and 4 seeds, and I really wasn't listening to you about how it's all going to play out with the Queen. So
I'll recap it just here in a moment. Let's finish this batter, and I'll go over it again. Ball's in the dirt.
Mr. Umpire.
Blocked by the umpire, thankfully, and that holds Shannon down at 3rd base. 3 balls and a strike on Seiler.
This is a bad count for a good hitter like Michaela Seiler.
Walked her. Another good block by the umpire. Seiler stops at first. Shannon stays at third. And the batter is going to be Peyton Griner, number 20. Okay, so the winner today is the third seed coming out of our conference going into the state tournament next week.
Okay.
The 3 seed will play the 2 out of the south. I don't know who that's going to be offhand. I'm assuming maybe Whitehall. It would be my guess.
Okay.
Either way, they'll play at 5:30 next Thursday. The loser is the 4 seed, and they will play at 10 a.m. next Thursday morning against the number 1 seed from the south, who we fully expect to be DeQueen. Erie gets the ball in the hole, and she has enough arm to throw Griner out, thankfully. Lost her footing there on fielding the ball, gathered it up quickly and made the throw and got out number 3 and saved a run. So, anyways, the loser will play DeQueen, we expect, at 10 a.m. next Thursday morning. All those games on the other end of the spectrum from the state track meet yesterday, and that'll be Harrison, Arkansas.
I got you. Is Harrison, will it be at the high school, or do they have a complex up there they play at?
So I keep forgetting that Paige was not with us the last time we played state up in Harrison. It is at the city park. It's not a show. It's not a show place by any imagination. There's a field up front that's their high school field.
Yep.
It's a decent field, just decent. The field in the back is a piece of junk. I'm just going to go.
Will they play on both?
Oh yeah.
Will they have, unlike Sylvan Hills, will they have temporary fencing, or will it be an actual fence?
No, it's real fencing. Their high school field's not bad. It's just not as good as like Greenbrier's or ours, or BB has a nice field. It's old. It was a city park field that they kind of did some updates to. The interesting thing is there's no fronts on the dugouts, and the last time I was up there, a girl took a line drive off the side of the head in the dugout.
Gosh, though.
Yeah, it wasn't. We were playing, but it wasn't. Maybe it wasn't the last time I was up there. Maybe it was when we were actually playing Harrison up there a few years back. But either way, I saw a girl take a line drive off the side of the head in the home dugout up there. I don't know that. They went over there and checked on her, and they said she was okay. I think it actually might have glanced off of something before it hit her, luckily. But she did take one to the skull.
Now, if I understand right, BB won their conference, so they'll be a 1 seed, beat Sylvan Hills 17-2.
And you want to know the funny thing about that is somebody got on Fearless Friday after that and put that BB should be getting some top votes in the 5A rankings because they beat a really good team in Sylvan Hills. So I thought that was odd. Ground ball to Seiler off Sydney Johnson's bat. She has a little trouble scooping it up, rushes her throws it wild, so Sydney takes.
Seiler's in center.
I'm sorry, Lear, my bad. Lear at shortstop. Rushes her throws it wide at first, and Sid takes second on the errant throw. So, got a runner on second with no outs, and Talon Lawrence up to bat. But none of that story I just told comes anywhere near the story that I heard yesterday at the state track meet. In the boys' high jump, I was down there filming Draven Smith and Cameron Mitchell to put their video clips on the broadcast. And Connor was standing there next to me, and we had the little program. You see Talon try to bunt the ball there, and it goes foul for strike number 1. In the program, there was a kid from Nettleton who had qualified for state with a high jump of 7 foot 0 inches. Draven Smith was the next highest qualifying mark at 6'4", as was Cameron Mitchell. So we're sitting there waiting to see this guy jump, We're talking about it. Well, one of the coaches from DeQueen was standing there, and Talon tries to bunt another one. It also goes foul as we're trying to move Sydney down to third to get her closer to scoring. Talon's going to have to swing now with 2 strikes on her. Anyways, one of the coaches from DeQueen said, yeah, the 7-foot jumper's not coming. We're like, oh, really? Why not? He said, he shot himself.
What?
And I looked at him like, you just kind of said that real nonchalantly, like that. And he goes, oh, not on purpose. It was an accident. And I was like, and then I'm thinking, okay, so this kid's dead and you're still kind of just nonchalant about it. He's like, he didn't die either. He shot himself in the face. Lawrence lifts a liner out into left center field. It's down for a single. Sid holds at third, and Talon's going to take second on the throw. So ended up with what we wanted, plus a runner out at second. And Julie Johnson up to bat. We're going to have a courtesy runner, though. And then he says, yeah, he shot himself in the face. And I said, how in the world? He's like, playing around with a gun, shot himself in the face, missed winning a state track meet because he shot himself in the face.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
He's okay?
Yeah,
though?
he's okay. He's going to live and everything. Apparently he's not even dismembered. It was just kind of glancing, but
yeah.
couldn't high jump.
Wow.
Because of shooting himself in the face. What kind of a story is that?
Man.
Sure.
That is funny.
That is funny. Is that Brit? Yeah. Brooke Crisp, the courtesy runner, in for Talon Lawrence. Juju hits the first one hard, a chopper down third baseline. Griffin snags it. That is Griffin? Okay, I thought I was calling it wrong again. Snags it, but it's foul. Second pitch to Juju misses outside. Julie takes that second pitch outside for ball one. The count's evened up. We're looking for a base hit out of Juju, or at least a long fly ball. Ball gets away from Griner, and Sydney's going to score on the wild pitch. Because I think the way Griner was set up, we were looking for something low and outside, and that ball goes over her head. I don't really think she had a chance to catch it. So, wild pitch from Engelkiss ties the game up at 1 with a 2-1 count. I wish she would have hit it square.
Yeah, she did. And that's a good pitcher. Got some good spin on it.
Yep.
Keeps it out of the middle of the zone. Works her corners up and down. And now they're throwing the ball at
Everybody's throwing balls at Jaylee out there.
Little they know she can throw it back harder.
That's right. Julie lifts one into left field. The catch is made by Mackenzie Shannon out there for out one. Brooke Crisp broke like she was going to go home. Just drew a throw to see what happened. It was a good throw, and she holds. And Eagles are still 60 feet away from taking the lead with only one out. And Gracie Kimbrell's up to bat.
And Chuck Lloyd does have popcorn.
I knew
confirmed it.
Yep. I knew it. My wife has popcorn too. I wish I had popcorn.
Everybody's got popcorn.
Yeah, they're taunting me with their popcorn down there. Yeah. So while we were talking about popcorn, Gracie takes a pitch for a ball. That one's down the middle. Brooke goes home. She's going to score. Gracie's out at first, and the Eagles have their first lead at 2-1. Does a good job to come in behind Coates and scoop it up and try to backhand it over there. It didn't look like it was going to be in time, but then Coates can't handle it. So Faith Johnson's on an error on the fielders, and Marley Hinsley will be the batter. Had one going into the
so we just walked
popped up straight out. I have to go away to clear my throat. 30 or 45 minutes. Drake says
Lloyd's got
two behind first one. Do it for the Panther.
Probably a draft.
That's as well.
Boston's where it's kind of act like.
All right, she's over.
Coach Butler there.
I think we were told like third baseline is pitch from Kimball.
Break she has.
It in to sit
that ball.
Yes, she
thought there was going to be.
She wishes she has. Ansley. So Engelkiss is 1 for 3 on the night, and as you know, she struck out looking last time, and as we said, that's very uncharacteristic of Jaylee.
The key, I believe, to Jaylee is if you can throw a changeup, if you can mix your pitches. If she's setting dead red fastball, she is extremely dangerous right there.
Definitely. I missed the first pitch, so I didn't even see what happened. It was obviously a ball. That's what's on the board.
Ball in the dirt.
Okay. I'll take your word for it.
I don't know either. I just said that.
Change up inside. Misses, and now Coach Sullivan's going to put Engelkiss on with the free pass. And I'm going to be honest with you, we kind of just went from the frying pan into the fire with Hamilton coming up to bat. Lily Mahan's the courtesy runner in for the Panthers for Engelkiss, and Kaylee Hamilton is the batter. Swings at the first one and fouls it straight back into the backstop. Hamilton's going to be behind 0-1. We need an out here really bad, Kobe. Really bad. Who's up for us? It's going to be
the Eagles.
True that. Sydney's up. Hamilton pops up out into right. The old can. I've been 2-2. Thankfully out of play.
Snow cone, maybe.
I'd be angling for some of that smelling good popcorn
yeah.
if I had a foul ball.
There ain't no way they'd pry that out of my hands. Well, we got a police officer down there, so yeah, he took it.
Don't call the po-po. Kimbrell with the check swing off the handle. Right to Engelkiss. She flips over to first, and that's out one. Brings up Faith Johnson to the plate. Called strike there on Faith on the first pitch. She's behind 0-1. Faith swings at a pitch way outside and misses. It's 0-2 now.
The key, Faith or slapper as well at times, is the key on that core. Like I said, know nothing about it. Keeping your shoulder in, not flying open.
you got to keep that front shoulder closed for sure. If you don't, you're definitely not going to get to that outside pitch. And Faith, by the narrowest of margins, threads the needle down there on the left field line. I mean, that ball landed right on top of the line.
On the chalk.
And she's got her a base hit. Brings up Marley Hinesley. So Jordan Alexander comes in as a pinch runner for Faith Johnson. Hinesley's going to be the batter still. With one out here in the top of the seventh, Eagles needing to score Alexander to stay in the game for the bottom of the seventh inning.
First pitch on the outside corner called strike. No balls, one strike, one out.
Hinesley takes that one up and away for ball one. The count's now even, and the Panther fans are hanging on every single pitch here. It's getting rowdy. Hinesley hits a line drive right at Seiler. She can't handle it. Alexander's going to get all the way to third. She may score. Sullivan winds her around. They're going to throw it Hinesley at third. She's out there, but the Eagles have tied the game on the slip down by Seiler out there in center field.
That was an awkward.
So Beatty will bat. Eagles have tied the game up here. Hinsley's okay. She got up and walked off under her own power. So Beatty's going to bat with the Eagles tied with the Panthers 3-3. Linton's on deck. Beatty takes the first pitch in the dirt, ball 1. Called strike on the outside corner. The count's now 1-1 to Beatty. Changeup misses. 2 balls and a strike. Beatty swings it 1 down. Hamilton has it, takes her sweet time making the throw, but it's in time, and that's going to be out number 3. Eagles did tie the game up, so we're going to play the bottom of the 7th. If we hold, we'll get free softball tonight, Kobe.
Oh, well.
So they must have started late in the softball game up there as well. So we did get a score update. I don't know. Did you say that over the mic, or did you just tell them? Okay, so Farmington is ahead of Morrilton 2-0 in the other game. I guess the championship game of the 5A West Conference tournament. That is in Farmington, and that's only in the 3rd inning. And I know this game is fast-paced, but it ain't that fast. So I guess they got a little bit of a late start. We know our baseball game got a late start. What did you say what the baseball score was a minute ago, Kobe? We're winning 1-0. I don't care. I don't want to know about Greenbrier's baseball game. I want to know about Vilonia's baseball game. What school do you go to, Mary Kate? All right, Michaela Seiler is up, followed by Peyton Griner and Shelby Coates. Seiler 0 for 2 with a walk here thus far in the game. Kimbrell has pitched a pretty good game. They've got her. They've got 8 hits tagged to her out there on the board. There's a couple of errors on the Eagles to go along with that. Eagles going to have to hold here if we want to have a chance to win this game in the 8th. Kimbrell delivers. First pitch, called strike. Man, I'm hanging on. I thought it was a strike, but then he didn't do anything, and I got to wait. 0-1 to Seiler. That one's well outside. 1-1 will be the count now. Seiler
will continue to get out. Absolutely no effort. Very good hitter.
I was wondering if that pitch wasn't coming after that last swing. So Winning Run moves up to second base now, and Shelby Coates will be the batter. And you remember she had that line drive double last time in the gap out there in right center field, which was followed by old Eagle Killer's home run.
Eagle Killer.
So Hankins.
So meeting on the mound right here, kind of getting a game plan together. I bet he's kind of making them understand that winning run's right there. You know, at all costs, you've got to, and the outfield's got to be aware of it as well, that you can't play too deep. You got to lay out for things or keep it. You got to come up throwing, Corey.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you need to. First thing you got to do is make the play that's in front of you. So make sure you have the ball. Don't over hustle it. Don't worry about that to the point that you don't make the play and give it up on an error. So make your play and then come up and make a solid throw. Know where you're going with the ball before the ball is pitched. Every one of them outfielders needs to be thinking right now, if the ball's hit to me, where am I going?
You got to have good communication as well.
So Shelby Coates bats with 2 runners on. That winning run is out there at second base. First pitch to Coates. Popped up. Shallow right field. Johnson has it, and that's out number 1. Actually should have been called an infield fly, but Ron Knight's still standing over there with his hands on his hips. So it brings up the Eagle killer. And I was wondering if Coach Sullivan would put her on, but then that would put the winning run down at third base, so that would be completely reckless. We just need to keep the ball down in the zone. Don't give her anything she can drive out of the park, and that pitch misses well off the outside corner of the plate. So if you're gonna throw her like that and walk her anyway, you might as well just put her on, not take a chance of a passed ball here. But swing and a miss, strike 1 on Hankins. Counts now 1 ball and 1 strike. That one's in the dirt, gets past Lawrence, and the winning run's now down at third. And if I'm Coach Sullivan, I 100% sure put Hankins on now, without a doubt in my mind. And he does elect to put Hankins on, and that's going to bring up Cassidy Lear. So bases loaded, winning runs down at third. Gracie and Talon are going to have to do a good job of keeping the ball off the backstop. Natalie Burns, the flex, is going to run for Hankins, the designated player. Lear is the batter, and if we've ever needed a pop-up on the infield, this is it.
Or double play.
I'll take that too.
Strikeout.
All of the above. Kimbrell. First pitch, ball game. Base hit, ball game. So the Eagles will be the 4 seed going into next week's 5A state tournament. They will play at 10 a.m. in Harrison versus the number 1 seed from the South, who we expect to be DeQueen. So until next Thursday, that's going to be it for us here in Greenbrier. Your Eagles lose at 4-3. Kobe, any final thoughts?
No, enjoyed it tonight. A great ball game. Just come up on the wrong side of a base hit right there.
That's right. It happens. Hey, good game all the way from start to finish. Can't say enough good things about both teams here, and I'm sure they'll represent the 5A West respectably at the state tournament next week.
Hope to get your voice taken care of by next week.
I'm going to do everything I can. All right,
hot tea and honey.
We're going to get out of here. We'll catch you next Thursday. Thanks for watching.